Namaste, Susie here. Welcome to SM Yoga and the second video in my series of yoga pause videos. So if you watch my first video in the series, you'll know what this is all about. I'll briefly explain. These videos are designed for you to do at any time during your workday or whenever you feel the need to take a moment for yourself to just breathe, stretch, recenter, de-stress a little bit. They're really designed in mind for someone who's maybe working at the computer for many hours in a day and just needs a few little pauses throughout the day to just take for yourself to feel a little bit better. The second video is focusing on the spine and the back. So we'll be doing everything seated in a chair. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm hoping you have a chair that's a good size for you so that you can sit up straight with your feet planted on the floor. Could be any type of chair as long as it's fairly sturdy and not, I wouldn't suggest like your couch or something like that because it's a little too squishy. You want to have a fairly solid, stable seat to work with. So we're going to just start widening the feet a little bit, maybe more than hip width, just for stability. And just come to sit up straight, be away from the back of the chair, so you're not touching the back of the chair at all with your back. And without overthinking what straight is, just sit up straight and take a couple breaths there with the arms relaxed, hands on your lap. You can keep the eyes open or let them close for a moment as you like. And maybe even this much might make you aware of some patterns that you were falling into as you were at your desk. Maybe, especially working on the computer, maybe you were rounding through the back, maybe letting the shoulders kind of round forward or hunching. So even just a moment of sitting up straight can be very helpful, and also it will allow your breath to flow a little more freely. So just sitting up straight for a moment will help a lot. Now, the first thing we're going to do after that is using our arms a little bit to lengthen and decompress the spine even more. So depending on your chair, you're going to try to find a place to put your hands where you can be pushing down with your hands a little bit. So with this type of chair, I can put my hands right on this bar here. If you have arms on your chair, you might just do it on the arms of the chair, either pressing down with the whole forearm or maybe even kind of like this with your hands. If you don't have arms or anything to hold on to, you might use the seat of the chair as well, in which case maybe tucking the thumbs underneath and then you're kind of pressing more with your thumbs than anything else. If your arms are longer, then maybe this actually would work fine. It all depends on your proportions. This works well, so the elbows can be bent, the arms do not have to be straight. Just roll the shoulders down and back, and then start to push down with the hands. It doesn't have to be super strong or anything, just a little bit will help you start to just feel as if the weight is being taken off of your sitting bones a little bit. So the seat is just lightening up a little bit away from the seat of the chair. You don't have to actually lift yourself off the chair. You're just letting the hands take some of the weight by pushing down so that now there's less weight on the sitting bones. And then just envision that your spine is just dangling down from your head. Taking a couple breaths there and sending the breath into all those spaces in between all the different vertebrae, as if they could just dangle down like a necklace and the chain is just lengthening out with gravity. And we're not going to stay too long, so if it's hard on your hands, don't worry, we're just about to come out of it. If you can stay a little bit longer, you can just stay a little bit longer and just let that vision of the dangling necklace be what you feel through your spine. Just a little use of gravity to lengthen and decompress the spine a little bit. And then relax the hands, replace the hands on your lap. And again, just taking a couple breaths with the eyes closed or half closed, just to notice any difference through the spine. Next, we're going to just inhale the arms straight up and take a couple breaths reaching with the arms. So now the weight is all on the sitting bones. Everything's grounding down through those sitting bones, and we're using now the reaching of the arms to lengthen upward through the spine. So just using the arms and stretching straight up, trying not to arch the back or do anything different in the shape of the back, just lengthening up. And then on an exhalation, let the arms float back down, maintaining all that extra height and length through the spine that we just found. Take a couple breaths, sitting up nice and tall. Make sure you're not too close to the back of the seat, and we'll just do seated cow and cat a few times. So now slide the fingers forward so they cup over the fronts of your knees, and we'll inhale, start to pull yourself forward into your cow shape. So arching the back now. The sitting bones kind of start to point back behind you a little bit. Maybe they lift slightly off the chair and looking up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, round back. The sitting bones kind of tuck forward a little bit. Tailbone tucks forward, scooping the belly in and up, letting the back round. Maybe the back touches the back of your chair when you do that. If it touches, too soon and you want more space, just slide forward on your chair a little bit. And then we'll just continue seated cow and cat a few times. So inhale, arching, exhale, rounding. And once you have it, you can do it with your eyes closed if you like. Just finding a nice rhythm, finding maybe a little bit more range of movement with each cycle. Nice full in-breath and a slow but complete out-breath. Maybe one more time. And then again, returning to neutral. Let the arms relax and take a moment just sitting straight up again. Now we'll do a couple side bends. So I'm going to mirror which side we're doing. So you're going to be going to your left side first. So your left hand will come again to that, maybe around that same spot as when we were pushing down with both hands. My chair, I can actually put my forearm down along this bar here. So I can kind of push into that whole area of my arm. If you don't have a chair that works like that, you can just use your hand. Again, maybe the seat of the chair, or if you have the arm of the chair like so, you can also use that to hold on to. First, we're going to have that left hand there. You're going to inhale straight up with the right hand. Before you go to the side, just think of lengthening straight up with that right arm. And then on your exhalation, start to reach up and over. So it's not even so much about going way over to the side as making sure you're reaching up and over. So we're maintaining all that nice length that we found. And then the top hand is going up, maybe reaching onto that high shelf for those goodies up there. And slowly inhale back to center and bring that right hand down. And then we'll do the other side. So right hand to the back of the chair or the arm of the chair, whatever works on your chair. Inhale the left arm straight up. And then exhale, reaching up and over, up and over, up and over. And continuing to breathe as you stay there. Inhale back to center and let that top arm come down. One more movement to each side with doing a twist. So you can do a twist actually sideways on your chair, like so. If you have a chair where you can put the legs to the side like this. Not everyone has a chair like that, so I'm going to demonstrate seated forward on the chair. If you have a chair where you can turn sideways, you can do that. So again, we'll go to the left side first. For this one, you can scoot a little bit further back on your chair because it's going to make it easier to reach wherever you are going to put this back hand. So you can sit a little bit further back. We're going to try to maintain all that length as we twist. So the left hand is going to come to the back of the chair. I like to put the hand right around the corner of the back here. If your chair is different, maybe you would even put it down on the back, palm pressing forward like this. Just find a place where you can keep this shoulder down. You don't want to ever have this shoulder hunching up, so have it relaxing down, and someplace where you can be pushing forward with your left hand. Meanwhile, the right hand crosses to the outer left knee, and as you start to come into your twist, take a big inhale first and make sure there's a little pressure out with this knee. So you're not letting the hand push it in. So just pressing out a little bit with the knee to keep it in the same place as you press in with the hand. And then exhale, start to turn even more, pushing forward with the left hand and going gently, not overdoing it, and looking over the left shoulder. And then stay in your twist and turn the head all the way to look over the front shoulder, just for a moment. And then inhale, return to center. And then we'll go to the other side. So the right hand comes maybe up to the back corner of the chair or wherever you find it works for you on your chair, somewhere where you can be pressing forward. Left hand crosses over to the outside of the right knee. And same way, just keeping a little bit of resistance in the leg, so you're not letting that leg collapse in. Inhale, and then exhale as you push with the hands so you can turn a little bit more. Looking over the right shoulder. And then stay in the twist and slowly turn the head opposite way. And then inhale, come back to center one more time. And let's take one more big inhale, up with the arms, and reach nice and tall, straight up, lengthening the spine upwards as the sitting bones ground down. And then exhale, just fold a little bit forward over your legs. Depending on how far you are going to come forward, you might keep your hands up here to kind of act as a brace for your upper body to come forward. Or if you're going to come forward a little bit more, you can just bring the hands down to the floor, tops of the feet, wherever it feels comfortable for you. Stay there for a couple breaths and then come back up to sit. And we'll end our practice for this yoga pause here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to find out when the rest of the series comes out, you can always subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.